Hi there, welcome to this lesson on pivot charts. This will be the final lesson on the pivot chart section of these tutorials. We're going to create a pivot chart straight away, but will look a little bit like this when we're finished. So let's get into it. I'm going to create a new worksheet, and my sheet I'm going to rename Pivot 3. I'm going to insert a pivot table, and the range is going to be from my koala base 2017, the range A1 through to AK 39907, and I'm going to close that bracket off. And as you can see, my fields from my koala base are brought in, but I don't have to touch this data. So what I will be doing in this case is I'm going to be choosing the koala suburb, and that can be my row, and I'm going to be choosing vehicle hit, and that can be my column. The value that I want the pivot table to work on is going to be the count of vehicle hits, and the filter that I'm going to use is going to also be vehicle hit, but not all, just ones that are true. So I'm going to filter it a little bit more by going to the row label and the value filter, where the count of vehicle hits is greater than let's say 350, and see what sort that looks like. Notice it's got all. I want that to be true. So greater than 350 is probably not good enough because it only got one suburb. So I'll change the value to greater than, so greater than 250. I have these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 suburbs. I also have blank in here, which I'm just going to ignore for now. What I also want to see is I want to see the in the column, I want to see the date. So I'm going to go call date and drop it in column, and notice what comes up: years, quarters, and call date. I don't want all of those, so I'm going to remove the call date, and I'm going to remove the quarters, so that I just have the years. So now I have some data which is somewhat useful, so I can see which suburbs are the most dangerous for koalas as far as getting hit by cars goes. I could look at a map on these suburbs and see where they are and find out why these suburbs are most likely to have koala deaths. What I want to simply do now is go to Pivot Table Analyze, and I want to create a pivot chart. Now this time the pivot chart, I want it to be a line chart, and I'm going to say OK to that. Here's my line chart. At the moment it looks a little bit rough and ready because I've got suburbs here, sure. The way that it's set up, it's not really showing meaningful data. I'm going to swap the koala suburb and the years around. I'll just swap them on the axis, so koala suburb there, years there. Now when I look at it, I can see that there is a trend from 1997 down to 2017. There is an obvious downward trend of road accidents involving koalas. And as you can see, there is one there which is blank. This exists because it is a database that has been populated by humans, and they may have neglected to put the suburb in, or the suburb where the koala was hit by a car may not have been known to them. Okay, so that's it for pivot tables, pivot charts. You can go ahead and create your own. You might want to look at other things that happen by years apart from being hit by cars. So dog attacks may have gone down over time as well. Conjunctivitis may have gone down over time. it's up to you to interrogate your database using these pivot tables and pivot charts to find those trends. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next video.